What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick.
Hey, yo, what's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing? It's your boy Jay Lerone here. Hey, check it out. Y'all heard about the Carlee Russell, right? You know, we talked about her for lying. So guess what now? We have another edition of the Carlee Russell. We have an 11-year-old girl who decided she wants to do just like Carlee Russell and lie about a kidnapping, right? So without further ado, this is from Pink Book Lessons. I just came across this. Shout out to Pink Book. Fair use, fair use. We're going to get into it and talk about this 11-year-old girl who decided after Carlee Russell did it, hey, maybe I can do it too. All right, so let's get into it, you guys.
It's about an 11-year-old Carlee Smollett Jr. This girl is in Volusia County, Florida, Port Orange. She got arrested and charged with a misdemeanor and felony for lying to 911 and making a false report of a kidnapping. She said that she was inspired by social media to do this, and these cops in Volusia County, they did not come to play. They hauled her little self down to jail, put them charges on her, and even made her stay there overnight. Her dad wasn't allowed to pick her up until the next day. You have got to see this story. But first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Volusia County, if you're watching from the area, let me know below in the comments. Shout out to Port Orange, Daytona, Deltona. Is anybody watching from D-Land? Shout out to D-Land. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Stay calm. You can talk to your parents. We can open the window and let you talk to them.
It's not a talk any parent wants to have, especially when it's about your 11-year-old daughter in handcuffs for a prank gone wrong.
I'm telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Her ruse was elaborate. It all started Wednesday morning when the girl, who we are not naming because she's a minor, texted 911 using the name Lily Lee Combs. She reported her friend had just been kidnapped and that she was pulled over on a local highway in Oak Hill, Florida.
We scramble, our air unit gets up there, so we have air support. And the text messages keep coming in about directions, locations.
2 minutes later, Lily texted police that the suspect was in a white van and she was following it in a blue Jeep. When police asked her what her friend's name was, she replied that it was a 14-year-old named Maddie Lawson. 9:54 a.m., she texted police he's tying her up. And 15 minutes later, she added that the fake male suspect was armed with a gun. Police say within 45 minutes of that first text, officers pinpointed where the texts were coming from and arrived on the scene. And instead of a kidnapping, they find the 11-year-old texting.
She tells us, oh yeah, I thought it would be funny to do that.
Officers struck a pretty firm tone with the 11-year-old. Do you stand by the tone?
You know, you gotta have tough love here. You just can't rub her on the head and say you shouldn't do this.
Exactly. I'm glad he said that. You can't just rub her on the head and tell her not to do it again. Dr. Umar?
When I see you in Alabama, I'm gonna give you a big hug and just say, baby, don't do that no more.
She insisted it was a one-time thing.
I'm not gonna do this again.
Somebody could have been killed or injured. We get dozens and dozens and dozens of these calls, and we have to spend all of these money and resources because we have to take every one of them seriously.
Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood says the girl was charged with a felony, making a false report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner and a misdemeanor of misuse of 911.
Even though she was a first-time offender, the fact that she had mentioned that this person was armed, that drove her up to spend the night in detention because of that.
Her father did not return NBC's request for comment, but the sheriff does have a comment for all parents and would-be pranksters watching.
At what point does a seemingly funny prank become criminal?
This isn't ring the doorbell and run away. You're actually interfering with police communications. You are pulling resources with real serious.
And y'all hear that? You're pulling resources. That's the same BS that Carlee Russell did. She was pulling resources. But you got guys like Dr. Umar. Hey, we should just give her a big hug. She shouldn't do no time in jail. But you see how you let something slide, how social media influences other people. You see right now, this 11-year-old girl. You know she saw what Carlee Russell did. There's no coincidence, right?
Repercussions here.
Now, the sheriff's office says that one helicopter for that 1/2 hour ran a tab of upwards of $550. They're still working out the final costs and whether or not her parents will have to pay that. And as for the...
See that? $550 for that helicopter. So with Carlee Russell, they had helicopters. They even had the Secret Service and the man hours from the police department and other people from the community. So how big of a tab y'all think Carlee Russell ran? You still think she shouldn't have to pay for that? All you so-called black women out here and men, pookies, simps, whoever, saying that, oh, she shouldn't get in trouble. Tamika Mallory, oh, she's got mental health issues. Fuck out of here.
The girl, she spent the night at a local juvenile detention center. She was released back to her parents this morning.
Yeah, I agree with the sheriff here in this situation 100%. Anytime you involve police in a situation like this or emergency personnel, someone can get hurt or somebody can lose their life. Anything could happen, especially when you're saying that somebody is there, they have a 14-year-old girl, they're not letting her go. That's dangerous. But I did notice in this case, not only was she charged with a felony, but she actually spent the night in jail. Carlee, on the other hand, she stayed in jail for like 10 minutes just to be able to take this picture smiling.
Exactly.
And you have people saying that she should not be in jail or charged.
Lock her up.
I do not want my sister going to jail. So for all y'all saying she need to be prosecuted and persecuted, I disagree with you. Don't no black woman belong in there.
And obviously her face is blurred out because of her age, but we know that she's not black. If she was black, Ben Crump or Tamika Mallory, they would have already been down there by now. Do you see the difference in how this situation was handled versus a grown behind woman in Alabama, Carlee Russell? Carlee is 26 years old and Tamika Mallory is talking about mental health.
There has to be some mental health issue
No.
that would have you.
See, I hate when they make excuses for these damn women. You know, it's always, she's got mental health issues. Something's wrong with her. It's not that. It's just that she wanted attention. She's grown. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She needs to face the consequences, right? But people are always trying to act like it's no big deal. They should get a light, slap on the wrist. Ain't no slapping on the wrist. She deserves what she gets.
To do all of these different things for whatever reason.
You got Dr. Umar out here addressing her as little baby sugar plum chocolate icing peach dumpling, talking about giving hugs and baby, don't do that again.
When I see you in Alabama, I'm gonna give you a big hug and just say, baby, don't do that no more.
Babying a grown woman that's 26 years old. In Alabama, Carlee was charged with misdemeanors. And this little girl in Florida, they charged her with a felony. By the way, Alabama is about to change that law right now. And it's not over for Carlee, by the way. She's smiling it up, but that's going to change. 2 words, Steve Marshall, Alabama Attorney General. I'm telling you, they're not done with Carlee. But that's why you can't allow people like Carlee or Sherry to get away with this. Sherry got 18 months in the feds. You can't let them get away with this because it's going to send a message across the country that this is acceptable, and it's not. It's really a waste of our resources. We, the people, the general public, we are the ones paying for the helicopters, the man hours, the technology that Tamika was talking about. Those canines really belong to us, we the people. We're the ones paying for that dog food and the training. I mean, seriously though, it's not cool. I don't want to see this trend making light of real victims and real cases. If we see people faking too much, we will become numb to it. And those numbers of the missing people out there, that's going to increase when the bad guys realize there's going to be less searching going on because no one's going to take it seriously. It also shows a very dangerous trend with these female children, teenagers, and adult females of how they can easily lie on people. Ladies, gents, they could lie on your sons, your nephew. They could lie on you and turn your whole life upside down. This is not a victimless.
I mean, they already do lie on folks. I mean, hate to go in on this part of it, but they already lying on men now. They lying on a lot of people. Like these women out here lying on men, saying that they the baby daddy and they not. So it's already happening. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just gonna go, I guess, a different route. But You know, these women are already out here lying on men, saying that they are abusing them when they're not, calling the police, saying that the guy hit them when the guy didn't. You know what I mean? This domestic abuse and stuff like that. So these women are already out here lying on folks. You know, now I guess, you know, they can pretty much lie on themselves, lie on other women, women lying on women. You're gonna have these men out here lying on folks' necks. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, but like I said, these women, they already out here lying on men anyway. So
It's crime. Think about if that 11-year-old lied on a little boy at school, or if Carlee lied on her boyfriend. Everyone will believe them because listen to how they sound so calm while telling lies.
Yep.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
But they're already lying.
Yeah, salute to Volusia County. That's how you teach them a lesson. You can get to all the pep talks after the punishment, not this.
When I see you in Alabama, I'm gonna give you a big hug and just say, baby, don't do that no more.
What Umar is talking about is not leadership.
But just imagine these kids in high school, junior high, or elementary school, or whatever. Just think if an 11, 12-year-old can lie like that, like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? What you think an 11, 12-year-old would do just to call in another lie on a 12 or 13-year-old boy that they don't like? The boys, you know, they might like the boy don't like them. Then all of a sudden they say, well, I'm gonna get back at him by calling the police and lying, or calling the principal and making up a lie in school, or, you know what I'm saying? It could easily happen now because of this. This could spark a whole new thing of these little kids out here lying on each other just because, you know, some little boy said that he don't like them. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
That's allowing people to run amok and get out of control simply because they're female. Umar sounds like the type who would trade favors with women for them to avoid accountability. That's also not cool. That's how you continue to breed chaos. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. Special thank you to our sister.
But yeah, so that's that, man. But yeah, like I said, it's getting ridiculous out here now. You know, you let one person get away with something, or just the fact that they were able to do it and somebody else sees it. Hey, I can do it too. She got a slap on the wrist, you know. So I'm 11. She's 25. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, be careful out here, fellas. Be careful, fellas, girls, everybody. Just be careful, y'all. But please drop some comments down below. You know, tell me what you think. Please like, subscribe, and share. It's your boy Jay LaRone. Please, you guys, let's be good to yourself. By all means, let's be good to each other. I'll holler at you in the next one. Peace out.
What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick.